Hello and welcome. My name is Matt Morrison with Shop Squawk. I'm really excited for you to take the first step into self-sufficiency. We're here today to discuss the strategy of selling inventive ideas through licensing and venturing. These methods have been successful time and time again. Stick with us. If you're an innovator, if you have a product or an invention, this course will guide you through the steps you need to start your own company. The purpose of this course is to teach you how to profit from your own creativity. You can do this by creating a company or licensing your invention. We also discuss how to identify potential licensees, how to protect your ideas, how to negotiate licensing deals. During this course, we're going to learn how to bring your idea to market. We're going to dive into studying the marketplace and use a number of strategies that you can employ to create a marketable product. You're going to become a master at this. We're going to have some of the identifying ideas that either solve problems or address people's needs. Essentially, we're going to do what all the successful companies do. Learn how to research the markets we're inventing for. Next, we're going to learn how to invent for the marketplace, discussing the ways that we can come up with ideas. You see, creativity is about problem solving, asking why, and looking at situations from different angles. Everyone here is quite lucky because you're at the perfect age to really make an impact. It's funny, most inventors actually attempt to go back mentally to their earlier age to actually do their work. There's a number of games here that we can also play that we can use to reach a creative state. We'll be going over many of them. Also, we're going to practice getting out of our habits, shaking it up a little bit, getting out of our comfort zone. And we're also going to take a good look at brainstorming. Why? So we can come up with great new product ideas. After that particular lesson, we're often running into the proper ways of evaluating our ideas. And we're going to ask ourselves, does it actually solve a problem? In fact, we'll also be asking ourselves, well, how do we do it? And how much is it going to cost us? We're going to look at if we actually have the technology to manufacture the idea in the first place, balancing that with whether or not it can be made and can actually be sold at a competitive price point. From that point in the lesson, we're going over the right way to go and speak with others about our idea. I'm talking about going directly to store managers, to workers, and to people who actually might buy your product. That's where we're going to find out the information we need. We're going to talk about how to gauge whether or not our product has mass appeal. That's important. Other elements we're going to discuss are, well, whether the idea can be manufactured cost effectively and whether it's patentable. That's really important here. All these lessons are good. But what's next? Well, it's prototyping. Big word, but it's actually very simple. We need to be able to develop an idea into something that can actually be created, or better yet, shown to manufacturers who may want to sell your product for you. By the way, this term which is called licensing, that's what it's all about. Somebody else is selling the product for you. The truth is that you don't have to spend a lot of money for product prototypes at all. There's easier ways to take that to the next step. We're going to be asking ourselves, when do we need a prototype? And what are all the inexpensive ways to create a prototype? Believe me, it's easy to do. So you don't have to lose sleep over this. It's actually really easy. Did you know that you can even videotape your own prototype in action and use that just as a standalone to sell your product to a manufacturer? And it's pretty easy. Believe it or not, you can use a piece of paper. You can use a 3D printer. You can use the foam formed. You can even use a computer-generated image. It's nice. So after this lesson, we're going over how to create a one-sentence benefit statement. This will be one of the most useful tools that you can actually use to sell your idea. It's just a single line, a short impact statement, and really nothing more than that. This captures the essence of your idea. Then what will happen is You will practice telling your friends and your family this very statement, and you'll look at it and you'll gauge their reaction. This gives you a lot of really good information. After this lesson, we're going to make some sell sheets together. Why? Because we can. No, really. A sell sheet communicates the benefits of your idea. It's really, really important. It helps you market your idea if you choose to manufacture it yourself, and it helps you sell it to companies if you don't. This is the most important selling tool you will have. In this lesson, we'll have examples, and you'll be challenged to build your own. Okay, so let's move on here. Our next lesson is all about how to protect your idea. We're going to get into provisional patents and the easy ways to simplify what most perceive to be a difficult process. It's not. Also, we're going to get into keeping an inventor's logbook, all right? They're an absolute necessity, as well as the truth about whether you are going to use a non-disclosure agreement or not. You'll find out that it's really not that useful. In the next lesson, we really get into the groove. Here, we're going to discuss picking up that phone and making a call to get right to the decision maker at a particular company. That is, of course, if you've decided not just to manufacture and market your product yourself. We're going to learn some strategies to keep you calm and cool on your first call. You're going to use practice cards, and you're going to call your friends. That's right. You're going to learn how to get around what's called gatekeepers. That is somebody who acts to block you from the person you actually want to speak with. Then, once we get around them, you're going to master your short, concise product pitch. This section continues with the development of a submission letter. You'll learn how to put one together and get it in front of the right eyes that can actually make decisions. And in the last lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to head into the jungle of negotiating a great contract. Why? And this is really important, because if you don't know how to ensure that you're getting a great deal, you'll end up just crying for hours and jumping into a lion cage at the nearest no, it's not going to happen. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to end the entire course with some really good insights about the proper attitude you need to keep your chin up to succeed. So what do you say? Seriously, let's get going on it.